Well, hello, good evening, everybody. It is Jamie here, and a very warm welcome to you all to Travel Blog Jamie on this our Monday night live. And I did warn you to bring sunglasses, so if you haven't, you might want to pop out and get some quickly because I'm going bright tonight. I feel like spring is in the air, and I feel like being a little bit more tropical. Thank you so much for your countdown as well. You're still around the 2-1 mark for some reason. I don't know why it's taken us so long tonight. Anyway, welcome one and all, and I hope you are all happy, groovy, dancing, singing, and very well. That would make me happy if you are. Oh, we got a -2. Blimey, does that mean I'm late? I think I was fashionably late. Just a little bit. Well, look, tonight we are going to spend an hour or so in each other's glorious company, as always, on these Monday nights. I'm going to be talking, you're going to be talking all things travel and cruise related with a little bit of, just a little bit, mind you, of cheekiness thrown in for good measure. Because what kind of a Monday Night Live would it be without a bit of cheekiness? I think most of the cheekiness does come from you lot, though. I must say, nice shirt. Are you kidding? You really think it's nice? Oh, gosh. How high did my voice just go then, by the way? Oh, blimey. I think I've nearly destroyed me insides with that. Oh, look, even my drink matches. That's so cool. Cheers, everybody, by the way. You're not going to be very interested in my drink. You're really not. It's just squash. Sorry. I'm being good. I'm trying to be really good ahead of my family coming up at the weekend, because that might be carnage. And then me and Matthew are on a cruise soon, and that might be carnage. Anyway, let's talk about today. We've got our regular items. I know him so well. On someone's telly somewhere. It's a nice one tonight, by the way. So make sure you've got your cameras to hand. No trolling Travel Blog Jamie today because there's not been any. Again, 2 weeks on the trot. Did I scare them all off at some point? What total wimps, I tell you. Where are all the trolls? I'll also be talking a cruise that Matthew and I booked over the weekend. Plus, Matthew has made a grand spreadsheet because he's good at doing things like that. He likes spreadsheets. Always tells me off. I do mine in Word, and he's like, "That's not a spreadsheet if it's in Word." Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. Hi, thank you for loving the shirt. That's very kind of you. Hi, Sharon. First time in the house. Welcome to my blend of cray-cray. So Matthew has made a spreadsheet for 2025. Call it a short list, if you will, or a long short list. And I'm going to share with you his short list for January to May/June 2025. And I want you to tell us which cruises you think we should definitely book out of those. That'll be fun to see what you think. I'm looking forward to it. Now we've got Mafu's Love Science of Mafu. He's next door. He's playing his children's games, as I call it. I don't know what it is. It's some funny farm game. And all I hear is these little children's noises now and then, and cockerels and stuff like that. It's very random, if you ask me. Also, I will, of course, be taking all of your questions. And most recently, we've had over 700 questions of an eve, which I think is fabulous. And I know some of you have messaged me actually saying, "Oh, why don't you get one of those kind of overlays that some of the other vloggers have, where just every now and then a question would appear at the bottom?" And I have to be honest with you, I have thought about doing that, but do you know what I like? I like the rawness of what we do together. I love seeing 700 questions. I love the challenge of trying to keep up with you. I love the fact that it's unfiltered and you can say and ask what you want. I mean, I might not like it very much, but you have every right to ask what you want on here. I don't mind. So I don't like the idea of filtering it yet, at least. I think we muddle on through, don't we, my darlings? So I don't think I'm going to do that, actually, if you don't mind. I like all of your comments, all your cheekiness, all of those questions. So keep them coming. A little bit later, I'll be answering all those for you, or I'll try to. Have I ever answered all of them? Got close to it a few times, but that's part of the joy of this live. Will your question get read out? Will it get answered? Will I give it side eye? Will I give it a bit of sass? Who knows? Nobody knows. Someone said it's Ribena. Is it Plants versus Zombies? Oh, I don't know, Johnny, if that's what Matthew is playing. Who knows? Okay, right, let's get cracking, folks. As always, I like starting with a check-in. Now, some of you also say, why are you doing check-ins with us? Because you're not reading them all. I do read them all after. So it works like this. You quite simply drop a number from 0, meaning you need an immediate check-in with someone. And you are all so good. It's such a lovely community here. Checking in on one another and making sure you're all right. And 10 being you are riding a drunk donkey all the way to the pub and back while singing Dolly Parton songs. Why not, eh? Where are we then? Let's gauge how we're all feeling. We've got 8s, 10s, 9s, 10s. Not bad at all. We've got, oh dear, 4.3. Someone checking on Harold. And whilst you're doing that, actually, something you might not be aware of, some people out there, they do contact me, actually, sometimes when they're not feeling themselves or not feeling great, or they are facing some challenges. And I think it's nice that people would choose to contact me when they're feeling like that. And I do try my best to get back to all of you. It might take me a little bit longer at the moment because there are so many messages, but I do read them and I get back to you if I can. And on that note, I would like to do a quick shout out to Sky and Autumn, who have told me it would mean an awful lot to get a shout out tonight. So there you go. And I know are facing some of their own challenges as well. So I'm just checking in on them, making sure they know that I've seen their message. I hope they're okay. Sorry to those of you who are not feeling it. Oh, we've got some illnesses, full of cold after getting off a cruise. We've got some illness going around. Keep it to yourselves, my darlings. I really don't need any of your illness. I don't want any more runny noses. Thank you very much. I see enough of those in class, I have to say, on a daily basis. Get some vitamin C and zinc down your neck. Jenny said, fed up with UK rain. Well, it has been very wet over here more recently, hasn't it? I think the last couple of days have been a bit drier, with a bit of sunshine down in Basingstoke, the land of dreams. But I know the weather can change dramatically depending on where you are in the UK. So it looks like people are around 6s, 7s tonight. Goodness me. Oh, yeah. Cocktails with Lisa. Lisa has literally broken her neck or something. It's her age, you see. She's just walking forward and she can't even manage that anymore. And you might argue, well, it's Cocktails with Lisa, so has she brought it on herself? Has she been down in a few too many tequila sunrises or something? I don't know. You best ask her. But Lisa, I think you're laid up for about 6 weeks, aren't you? Blimey, it's all going on here, isn't it? I'm really sorry about that, folks. I hope you're all right. I would say I am probably about a 7 today, very focused, working very hard on my Bali vlogs. The first one definitely will be ready for Wednesday, for those of you who keep asking, where is it? Where's this Bali vlog? Oh, thanks. Nearly 100 thumbs up already. That's awesome. #awesome. It will be with you on Wednesday. I didn't realize just how much footage I took. I mean, it's literally packed. So I think part 1 will be maybe just under an hour. Part 2 with you on Saturday. I promise. Pinky promise. I promise it will be. Okay. 7 for me. I've got a whole week of speaking exams as well. For year 11s, they're doing their mock speaking exams, which means I get locked up in a little chamber for the week. And by the time Friday comes around, I feel very, very sorry for the students. I have told them to their faces, on Friday, please be better than everyone else during the earlier in the week. Otherwise, I'm literally losing the will. Bring me coffee, bring me crisps. I can be bribed. I will give you higher marks. Okay. No, I'm not that kind of teacher. I promise you. I'm absolutely not. I can't believe I just said that. Before we go any further, please would you very kindly give this this show, some of you call it a show, which makes me laugh. Oh, no booze involved, said Lisa. That's your age then, Lisa. Please do give this live a cheeky little thumbs up / like. That would be very kind of you. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those all important notifications. Some of you actually messaged me saying, when's this out? When's that out? If you turned on notifications, you'd actually get a notification that tells you when the vlog is out. I know, right? I don't think you literally, when I upload a video, you'd get a message to tell you. Okay, you wouldn't get anything else. There's nothing else, because I get really annoyed with loads of straight emails that come my way as well. So you could always do that. And don't forget, of course, we could follow each other. You show me yours, I show you mine on Facebook. Just search Jamie W. Robbins. And as I always say, if your account is very, very closed down, you might want to send me a DM to say, hello, it's me. It's all legit, too legit to quit. Someone told me last week that was MC Hammer. Yes. Gosh, sometimes I just take stock and think, I sound absolutely crazy, don't I? Don't I? I think I do. Thank you. Oh, someone just said they really liked the behind the scenes blog that I put out to patrons this week, all about Bali. I'm very, very pleased to hear that. Fabulous. The other thing is, of course, I'm on X, I'm on Threads, I'm on Instagram at TravelBlogJamie. We can follow each other there if you want. You can become a patron as well, patreon.com/TravelBlogJamie. That's where you'll find my daily posts to patrons, behind the scenes vlogs, one a month, postcards from heaven, as I call them, for certain tiers. We have our patron only lives, and we have our patron only meetup in Southampton coming very, very soon. I think it's under 2 weeks away now. I'm looking forward to that very, very much. And also I'm on Cameo, cameo.com/TravelBlogJamie, which is going really well. And I currently have 5-star rating. Yes, let's keep it at 5 stars, please. Some of you are going to go on there now and just leave me a review to drag it down, aren't you? So 4, 3, 2, 1. No, you won't miss me, lovely Pat, if I wear this. I'm not actually planning on taking this on Pinot Aurora in a couple of weeks' time. I'm not. Maybe I should. Mad as a box of frogs, says Anita. Yes, absolutely. Who won me googly eyes? Mr. Googly Eyes hasn't gone up on a raffle yet. Currently, I'm raffling off, goodness knows, what is it? Oh, one of my T-shirts. I think it was the very nice passenger T-shirt, along with some sunglasses and a Barbados cap. That's currently the giveaway on Instagram. Right. It's time for our first item. I've done enough yada, yada, yada. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up as well. We're heading towards the 200. That's very kind of you. First item is, I know him so well. Oh, yes. Hashtag, I know him so well. This is where I see how much you know about me. It sounds very self-indulgent, doesn't it? It is. Okay. I'm not even going to try and disguise that one. So, questions, and you're going to pop your answers down there in the chat for me. What's my next cruise line, cruise ship, and what are the ports of call? That shouldn't be too tricky given the conversation already this evening. I will repeat the questions for you. What is my next cruise line, cruise ship, and the ports of call? There are 4 ports of call in total. So whilst you are thinking about that and getting those answers in the chat, we are going to move on to on someone's telly somewhere. Hashtag on someone's telly somewhere. So you are absolutely getting cheekier and cheekier, taking pics and screenshots of me during the live and splattering me all over the internet. Literally, when I finish the live, I've got about 100 billion notifications with the craziest pictures of me, and some of you do these most fabulous tags and hashtags. It's funny AF. It really is. It makes me laugh out loud. Come on now, Lisa. You've forgotten the rest already. We've got some answers coming down. Don't think anyone. I think there are some correct cruise line and cruise ship, but the ports, not yet. Anyway, so on someone's telly somewhere, if you are ready, I've got a pose coming up for you. You are going to take a pic or a screenshot of me when I'm doing the pose, and you can splatter me anywhere you want, my darlings. I don't mind at all. Right, but wait for it. I'll tell you when you're ready. I'll do a little countdown. Oh, I've still got a label on there. Look, there's a label there. These are the ones that are up for raffle thing. And I'm going to do a countdown. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yes. Is that enough time for you? Is that enough time? I reckon it's enough time. Oh my God. I don't go anywhere without this little disco ball anymore. Take it on our next cruise. Oh, I look forward to seeing what kind of pictures you have come up with. Right, let's see how you've got on. Oh, we've got some ports coming through. I can see Joe's got La Coruña, Bilbao, La Rochelle. Oh, Cartagena. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, the answer is yes, well done. In under 2 weeks' time, or 2 weeks today, I think it is, we sail off. Pat will be able to check on that one for me. Absolutely. We are heading off on Piano Aurora, the oldest lady in the fleet, certainly an elegant one as well. And we are going to be heading down definitely this time the Bay of Biscay. I know you can skirt the Bay of Biscay, can't you, when you're not actually going to northern Spain. But we are heading to La Coruña. We are then heading to Gijón and Bilbao, so definitely in the Bay, and then to Western France to La Rochelle. And I know some of you in the room right now will be on that cruise, so I am looking forward to seeing and meeting you. Please do be in the vlogs as well. Don't be offended if I ask you to be in a vlog, and don't be offended if I don't ask you to be in a vlog. You know, it's your responsibility. Come up and say hi. So, can I be in the vlog? Absolutely. I'd love to have you in the vlog. Especially if you can tell a joke or something, do something funny or something rude. Do something rude. I love that. I do. Okay. This weekend, we booked an excellent value cruise with, I know exactly what some of you are going to write. I already know. With MSC on Preziosa. We'll be heading to Hamburg, Rotterdam, Zeebrugge, and Le Havre. A classic itinerary, don't you think? It's similar to the one I did on Iona this year, actually, and I absolutely love it. Matthew loves that itinerary as well. It's on the 11th of October. It came out at just over £500 per person for the week, which I think is pretty good value. And also, MSC are very on it with their bidding process for upgrades. And the last time I bid a small amount, I managed to get into the yacht club. Who knows what will happen? So we've gone with the basic fare with the most basic cabin grade for now, and we'll see what we can get. And I want to just say before anybody says anything about MSC, I've never had poor service on board any of the MSC cruises I've done. I'm not saying that other people haven't. You know, we all experience things differently. At some point in our lives on a cruise, we might experience some poor service. I get that. I've not had that, nor have I ever had any problems filming on MSC. And I just wonder if it's because I walk around quite simply with my iPhone 12 and not any equipment. So I'm very stealth-like. You know, I go under the radar with it. So we're really looking forward to that cruise. It's also Matthew's first time on MSC. I'm very pleased that they got a slide as well. You know, I love shot from the crotch, isn't it? Down the slides, screaming all the way. And as I said to you earlier, Matthew has been tasked, he has absolutely been tasked with choosing cruises or land-based holidays for 2025 to fit in with his time off work. And I know some of you still don't quite understand how this works. In terms of Matthew's job, he has usual annual leave. In terms of my two jobs, the school life will be ceasing, of course, as from the summer. I might go and do a little bit of support for my colleagues now and then, if needed. I'll be there. But obviously with my vlogging, my travel vlogging, my cruise vlogging, I'll be going more often. So Matthew won't be able to come on all of them quite clearly because he'll be doing his job where he has different annual leave. So the idea was, Matthew, you say exactly where you want to go next year. You come up with a shortlist. I'm going to share it with everyone online and see what they think. So I'm just going to talk January to May 2025. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. And these are Matthew's shortlists. And I'd love, 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 love it if you could in the comment section say which you think are dead certs that we must do, we should do. Someone saying they've been advised not to go on MSc in school holidays. I mean, I've been on MSc in school holidays and I've been out of school holidays. They're busy ships. They're busy ships. So I think the largest ships are the ones that seem to get really packed during school holidays. We'll be on Preziosa out of school holidays, so it'll be interesting to see just how busy or not it is. I've always had good MSc cruises. I can't say any other than that. I've had a lot of fun on them as well. I really have. Okay, so here we go. January, this is what Matthew has shortlisted for January. What do you think we should do? I'm not going to say where Matthew works. I think that would be a bit intrusive for Matthew about where he works. So he has shortlisted P&O Azura, Canary Islands. We did that one this January. It went very well. MSc Opera, Canary Islands. MSc World Europa, a Mediterranean cruise. Land-based skiing in Finland. And the other one is a Cunard Queen Victoria transatlantic from Southampton to Florida, calling at the Azores and then Port Canaveral before finishing in Fort Lauderdale. So any of those you think we should definitely do in January? I'm interested to see. And look, your suggestions so far. Oh, hang on. I was just going to say, they're all mixed, but now I'm seeing a lot of skiing in Finland, but not Finland. Oh, no, Sharon, it definitely will be Finland. I've been skiing in other countries, but Finland, Matthew is a complete beginner, and we'd be going north in Finland. It would be something we would absolutely want to do. So sorry about that. Finland is on the short list. Okay. Ooh, how interesting. So most of you are going for, I think MSc World Europa and skiing in Finland are the two that are coming out on top at the moment. Yes, Sharon, for a beginner, Finland is perfect. I don't actually think Matthew is the sort of person who'd be flinging himself down mountains skiing. I think we're doing it nice and gently and skiing straight back to our hut or whatever it is. We've seen some really interesting cabins actually they have their own saunas and what have you. So okay, I will let Matthew know. It looks like World Europa and skiing have come out top of the list there. Well, thank you for that. Okay, shall we have a look at February? He's only shortlisted one for February, which might mean that's the one he wants to do. Cunard Queen Mary 2 sailing. It's 2 weeks sailing from Southampton, going to the Canaries, Madeira, northern Portugal, and northern Spain, and that's the only one he's actually chosen for February so far. So if that's the case, I don't think we would be doing any Canaries in January. So that helps whittle it down a little bit. Back to Bali. I'd love to go back to Bali. I don't know that I'd be able to get Matthew to endure the very, very long flight. Yeah, sod skiing, says Lisa. Finland is fab. It's a chalet, thank you. Not a cabin, it's a chalet, thank you. It's definitely not a hut. I know some of them look like huts when I looked, though. We're not Las Vegas either, Harold. No, that's not on our list, actually. I wouldn't mind going to Las Vegas, but it would be en route to somewhere else. It wouldn't be like the whole holiday. Okay, right. So I've talked about February. Hopefully you like the idea of February. Let's have a look at March. Okay, March is interesting. We've got Pinot Azzurro again, but this time sailing from Malta, so Eastern Europe. Celestial Cruises, which will be sailing from Athens. Another TUI river cruise. We've already done a Danube river cruise, but that was in the summer, and we're doing our Christmas cruise down the Rhine this year. But Matthew has shortlisted TUI river cruise sailing the Danube. He loved the Danube. I did as well. What amazing cities and towns and villages we visited. Any of those? What do you reckon, folks? Yes, we had a lovely time in the Canaries, actually. A bit of winter sunshine. Yes, but Las Vegas, San Diego, and Hawaii is not on the shortlist, Harold. Keep to the shortlist, please. That's the kind of trip I would probably do. Not sure Matthew would have the time to go to all of those places. Let's have a look. So far, oh, wow, a real mix. Nothing's coming out on top at the moment. Like you've got Danube, Celestial, Azzurra for Malta, Malta, Celestial, Pinot Aurora, that wasn't on the short list. The Danube, Celestial River, Celestial Caribbean wasn't on the short list for that month either, Daisy. Okay, that's interesting. It looks like Celestial is coming out on top along with the river cruise. Interesting. Yeah, Thailand's not on the short list. I've been to Thailand a couple of times and I love it, but it's not on Matthew's shortlist. We are keeping to Matthew's shortlist. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks like two front runners there. April, we're considering a Norwegian Fjords cruise, but going early April or mid-April does mean it's going to be snowy and cold, and it'll be very different to when we've traveled there late May or August, which is when we've been before. So that's one for April. And he's got Azzurra again, Pinot Azzurra Malta. So that looks like a reoccurring one. I think that might end up being one of them. But what would you say? An early season visit to Norwegian Fjords or Azzurra from Malta in April? What do we think on that one? Fjords, 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 fjords. Oh, well, that's running away with it. The fjords. I think the fjords as well. I think it'll be a great time of year to go. Right, May is our last one, okay? And then I'm going to be taking all your questions. Pretty much, yeah, I normally do half hour of all this sort of jazz, don't I? And then straight into your questions, so we're good. Look at that, look, fjords, fjords, fjords. Absolutely. Actually, Aurora, I did say to Matthew, Aurora was doing a 12-nighter to North Cape in March. I'm doing North Cape this year with Princess, but yeah, it'll be cold, Michael, but we're all right with cold. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, last one, May. We've look at this. We've got Matthew has shortlisted Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas from Barcelona, so Mediterranean, and he's got Pinot Azzurra Malta again. So that's clearly on his mind. So which of those two do you think in May? Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas from Barcelona or Azzurra, Pinot Azzurra Malta? Let's see what you've got there. I mean, the fjords run away with it. Skiing in Finland ran away with it. That's interesting. I had no jet lag, Harold, after Bali, none at all, because I flew overnight and I slept overnight. It was on the way home. It was awesome. Oh, and now you're going with Malta and Pinot Azzurra. That's interesting. A few Royal Caribbeans in the house. Either, but might let him have Malta. Yeah, it kind of feels, doesn't it, Lisa, that Matthew wants Malta at some point. Although that's a great itinerary. It goes from Malta to the one I saw was Athens, and Santorini, and is it Suda Bay, Chania, Crete? Is that right? That whole area. So it sounds quite interesting, actually. There you go, Daisy. I've just mentioned where that one goes. Well, that's interesting. Thank you. I will absolutely pass on all your comments to Matthew. I have to say, I do agree with a couple of your choices, I must say, but I must let Matthew choose. It's not my choice. Okay. I'm going to be doing all my solos as well. So Matthew is choosing these. Absolutely. But I think that's very helpful. Thank you very much. Right, my darlings, it is now time for your questions. And I am so ready for you. And I'm so ready to answer. Oh, I tell you what, I'm not going to answer a single one of your questions until we have 200 thumbs up. We've all been very busy, focused, and typing. I know that. So I'm just going to sit back, relax, wait for the 200. There's 7 more required. 7. There you go. It just went up 7 the minute I said that. Thank you, Jesus. I'm ready for you. Let's get these questions on the road. Okay. People are still giving their recommendations. Can you take your own snacks on a cruise? Have you watched any of my vlogs, Jay? Yes, I'm always taking snacks. I have a nibbles cupboard. Question from Harold. It is actually very helpful when you write question in capitals. Did you see monkeys in Bali? Yes, lots. You obviously haven't looked at my vlogs with the sizzle reels because there's loads on those, and you'll see them. You'll see lots on Wednesday's vlog as well. Okay. David, are you planning an alternative to using your iPhone in case of a mishap while vlogging? No. I think I might upgrade at some point from an iPhone 12. And then I'll keep this one and I'll have 2. But I haven't had any mishaps just yet. How do you do a thumbs up? I think that's a really good question. On my screen, there's like a little thumbs up kind of in the top left-hand corner, but I don't know if it looks like that on yours, folks, because I'm the one presenting. It might look a little bit different. Maybe someone could chip in there. Tina, given the choice, Ghent or Bruges? Bruges. Ghent is a little bit more spread out, but I don't think it's quite as pretty. But it's still great, by the way. I love both. I went to Ghent over the Christmas period, and I love Ghent. But I think with Bruges as well, the canal boat rides are much more interesting than the one in Ghent. In Ghent, it literally just goes sort of around a corner and back again very, very slowly. But I'm sorry, anyone who loves Ghent or lives in Ghent, I love Ghent. I just think Bruges, if you haven't been, is prettier. That's all. Oh my God, who does that's all? Who does that? Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada. That's all. Wow, what have I turned into? Question from Lorraine. I was going to say Lorraine Kelly, but it's Kearney. Is Morella Voyager Med Cruise good value? It depends. Tell me how much they're asking for. Tell me how much, because the Morella cruises have really shot up in price. And I know people say, oh yeah, but they're still very good value because you get your drinks included. Well, the quality of the drinks we had didn't really sort of smack of good value to us. But some of those Morella cruises are very pricey. Tell me how much it is, and then I'll tell you if I think it's good value. We do enjoy our Morella cruises, though, and in particular, we love Discovery and Explorer 2 as well. Adam, what is the make of your iPhone's waterproof cover? You mean the little pouches I put in them in when I go underwater? I mean, this isn't waterproof cover, by the way. That's not. I actually don't know. Matthew got me them for Christmas. They're just like little plastic pouches with a seal at the top, like a lanyard. I don't know if Matthew is watching or listening to this. If he is, maybe he could let you know the answer. I tell you what, next time I do a vlog using them, I will absolutely show them to the camera, okay? But it's just one of those jobbies on Amazon, you know. Devon Deck Chair, what tapas restaurants do you recommend in the Spanish ports? Which ports, though, Devon Deck Chair? There are lots of Spanish ports, so I don't know how to answer that. Certainly in my vlogs, when we were in La Coruña and Vigo, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't actually remember off the top of my head what the names of those restaurants are, but I do absolutely take you into the restaurants. I show you the name of the restaurants and the dishes that we have. We've tended to find tapas restaurants now in Spain that we absolutely love and would go back to. So pardon the fact that I can't remember the name of those restaurants. And also, I think it really depends on what ports you're talking about. But I have covered them in my vlogs. So if you look at any of the Med vlogs, certainly on Arvia last Easter, I covered a number of those there. Christine, question: as new to cruising, have low budget, where can I find cheap cruises? I don't know if there's anything such as a cheap cruise, but the cheapest cruises I've booked more recently are definitely P&O and MSC, without a shadow of doubt. There are some P&O cruises going at the moment for a week for around £400-ish each. The Northern European ones in particular are very good value. And in fact, one of the MSC Preziosa Northern European cruises was going for about £350 per week. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a cruise for a week for less than that. I really do, unless it was very last minute and they had lots of availability. I don't know what everyone else thinks. And I go direct, like Lisa Batty will tell you, I'm a control freak and I have to go direct with these things. So I think those two cruise lines, if you are happy doing a Northern European cruise, are offering some excellent value. Also, actually, we saw P&O Arvia, a 2-week Med cruise, going for £800 as well. I think Matthew said it was the end of September or October time. So out of school holidays. I think £800 for 2 weeks, you know, when you've got all your food included, or at least some of the restaurants included, I think is really good value as well. What does everyone else think, though? That is the question. Matthew, as well as cruising, would you ever be open to doing any staycation blogs? When you say staycation, you mean in England? Because if that is the case, I have lots already on my channel in England and hotels and various stays. But also, if you've been following me for a while, you know that we do quite a lot of land-based holidays as well. I've just been to Bali, for example, and with full vlogs on that. Dan, are balcony cabins on a fjords cruise worth it? Yeah, that's an easy answer. You know, just waking up. Very often you're waking up on a fjords cruise and you're sailing through the fjords, and it's stunning. When we had an inside cabin, we really missed having that balcony escape on the fjords cruise. Yes, we got changed and we went up, but I felt like we'd already missed things, you know. It's definitely worth it. But, you know, if you're on a budget, nothing wrong with going inside. Harold, question, thoughts on GoPro chest cam? No. I am not a GoPro type. I did have a GoPro. Matthew will tell you it was carnage, my loves. It was total carnage. I was useless with it, but also I don't actually always like the way it films. And I don't know what it's called. It's like fisheye thing, and it kind of looks like it's curvature of the vlog, and I just don't like it. I don't take to it very well. And actually, I just film everything on my phone and edit on the go. Everything just goes straight into iMovie and I edit on the go on my phone. It's brilliant. Like, I love it. I'm in a theme park, and if I'm in a line, I'm editing. It's fantastic. So I'm not a GoPro type, I'm afraid. I don't know why I want a GoPro on my chest either, to be honest with you. What am I trying to show with that? I don't know. It's a no from me, but obviously GoPros are incredibly popular and other people love them. It's not for me. Mark says he's worried, but 2 weeks on Morella Voyager, but now heard bad reviews. Do I need to worry? No, I don't think you need to worry at all. You love Morella Explorer. Me too. I just felt when we went on Voyager, and this was some time ago now, when was it? Back in October time, was it? I just felt that it, as a newer refurbed ship, it didn't feel completed when we went on it. It felt like there were still things that needed doing and a few things to fine tune. So we had a really nice week. There's no doubt about it. But and the other people on board absolutely loved Voyager. There'll be people here now saying they love Voyager. We just preferred the other ships, and I said I would want to give it more time for them to sort out any of the minor issues. You know, I don't know if it's minor actually. It's fine. Okay, I would go back on it again if the price were right, but I haven't seen a good price for that one yet. Tim says, do you think 10 consecutive sea days would be too much to bear for a first-time cruiser? I don't know, honestly. For me, when I was a first-time cruiser, probably, but that's because I'm impatient. I'm very excitable. Even this year, when I do the transatlantic, it's not going to be 10 consecutive sea days. Would I do it now? As a part of a world cruise or something, I would expect to do 10 consecutive sea days, and I would be happy with that because I know the destination is going to be absolutely incredible and unique to me. So I can only assume if you're thinking of 10 consecutive sea days that you'd be going somewhere very special, in which case, yeah. Danube or Malta? I mean, I just don't think you can compare the two. I think you need to do both. One is a river cruise and the other is an ocean cruise. We love river cruising. It's so intimate. You see so many places that you perhaps wouldn't ordinarily get to. We love that there's zero queuing or lines for anything at all. But having said that, there's still a nice vibe on board. And the Danube, what a stunning place. But I don't think you can compare that to ocean cruising from Malta and going, I don't know, around Greece, for example. I think you need to do both. Maybe the decision would lie in cost or itinerary on that. I'm not sure. I would do both. Jane, question. Tell me. Please, could you give me some ideas for a cruise celebrating my 50th in October? Oh, well, when it's my 50th, I'd want to do something. Oh, God, that's next year. I'd want to do something totally different. I want a different itinerary. I'd maybe want a different ship that I'd not tried before. I'd want to do something, go somewhere, maybe further afield that I've always wanted to go. So I know that's not really answering your question because I don't know what you like, but I would be thinking outside the box a little bit. Go on Igloo, and I'm not necessarily recommending you book your cruise through Igloo. I've not had the best experiences and whatever. But actually, if you go on Igloo and you can filter for your dates, and it will come up with lots and lots of different cruise lines and ships and all the prices and so on that you can compare. That's what I would probably do. Have you considered a cruise doing the Bermuda Triangle? No. Is it the triangle itself that's of interest, or going to Bermuda? That would be more interesting to me. Actually, there are some cruises from New York on some of the American lines that go to Bermuda. I'd be very happy to do that, actually. I would. So, yes, I have considered going to Bermuda. Absolutely. Paul says, under the picture of Jamie. Oh, so your thumbs up are under the picture of me. Oh, okay. So you see, that's different. We have different screens here. Okay, Miranda Priestley says, Mark. That's right, Mark. Emily. I love that film. I absolutely love The Devil Wears Prada. I do. Petra says, absolutely, Dan. You have the own little convo, which is very sweet. That's lovely. Please, can we get to 300 thumbs up in this this vlog, this live? That'll be awesome. This show. Right, let's keep going. I think I'm rocking it. Tony, have you done Santorini? Yes, I actually. So when people talk about land-based, I went to Santorini on a land-based holiday not long after the lockdowns ceased. It was probably the quietest you'll ever see Santorini. I've got all the vlogs on it. I did all sorts of excursions. It was fabulous. And Ia, wow. What a stunning place to visit. And again, I was very fortunate because it was not busy when I went either. Want to visit Akrotiri, but Norwegian want £125 each. Ship gets in at 2, so local. Yeah, this is a thing. Every time I see people talking about going to Santorini by cruise ship, I always think, nah, I did that. I flew there. I had the whole week there because there was so much to do. I didn't have any waiting around, didn't have any lines. So doing it by cruise ship is less appealing to me, if I'm honest. Are taxis any good on Santorini? Well, I didn't need to take a taxi, Tony. I think they'll be very busy picking up cruise passengers if you're going by cruise ship. But I went on excursions from my hotel, so there were no taxis, so to speak. Everything just went very, very smoothly. So I can't really comment. Maybe other people can comment on what it's like going to Santorini by cruise ship. I've heard it's very, very busy and that you're perhaps better off getting an excursion, but I don't know. Maybe other people can comment. I'm really sorry. But maybe if you watch the vlogs, it will give you lots of ideas of the types of excursions I did, which I'm sure would be offered by the cruise lines as well. Tina, we're thinking of doing Queen Mary 2, good choice, in November. Northern Lights, does she handle well in rough seas? Yes, she's an ocean liner. She's built for rough seas. She's built for doing the transatlantic. I've been on her in very rough seas and I barely felt a thing. It was absolutely incredible. I'm like looking at the waves thinking, well, I can't feel any movement. That's what she's built for. Jenny, have you visited the Pinball Museum in Rotterdam? 2 hours to play tons of pinball machine. No, I was just caught in a food loop in Market Hall, and then I was caught in a taxi loop on the water taxis, and then I was caught in a Euromaster loop. I will try other things. Oh, and you know, I stayed overnight on SS Rotterdam as well when I was there. So the Pinball Museum I have heard about, and it does look really good fun. So I give that a go maybe the next time. We're in Rotterdam this summer on Queen Anne. Nikki is giving Tim some encouragement. I love that. Daisy says, I think you can sail from New York to Bermuda. Yes, that's absolutely the case. I think you got there before I did, Daisy. You're rocking it. Dawn Owitsa. Would you consider the Azura transition cruise in March 2026? Oh, Dawn, my darling. I ain't thinking about 2026 yet. I've got to be honest with you. Matthew and I have seen Azura's transition itineraries for 2025. And we do like the look of them very much, so you never know. But I'm going to be planning. I've still got one more to plan this year in July. Yeah, as you know, we've turned our attention now to 2025. 2026, not yet. I don't have a favorite Caribbean island, Michael Guston. As most people will tell you, I don't tend to have favorites of anything, actually. I really enjoyed our excursion in St. Lucia to the Piton. Dominican Republic, I'm really fond of, though I think the Dominican Republic is more sort of beachy, and that's fine. We've got beautiful beaches there in the Dominican Republic. St. Martin, we've always done some snorkeling there and enjoyed that very much. Antigua, I didn't get to see all of that because we were supposed to be getting a flight. I don't know. I don't think I've got a favorite Caribbean island. It was quite magical going to St. Lucia right up to the Piton and staying on a beach between the two and having lunch. So that was pretty special, I think. I tell you what I do like, and that's the Bahamas. Matthew loves the Bahamas as well. We've always had fantastic time in the Bahamas. Question from Harold. Oh, he's really into his equipment. Will you join the drone cameras? No. I got zero interest in GoPros, heavy equipment, drones. I think I've made it very clear I'm all about efficiency and keeping it authentic on my phone. I don't need to be doing drone stuff. I've got zero interest in that. Sorry. Linda would like a shout out, please. Well, Linda, you're going to get an amazing shout out. Here's to Linda. Woo! Hi, Linda. Dan. Oh, I think I've answered that one about balcony cabins on fjords cruises. Lorraine has talking about costs, 1,500 each for a large balcony cabin. I presume that's on Voyager. I'm going to assume that includes flights as well. If it does include flights for a large balcony cabin on Morella, that's reasonable. Yeah, that is reasonable. Travel Solo is talking to Tim. That's good. Linda is putting all sorts of dots there. I don't know why. Have I been on Anthem of the Sea? Says Imacti. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Yes, I have. And I got all the vlogs on Anthem of the Seas. Yes, I would recommend it. Again, I think you should go on every cruise line, every ship, try everything out. I don't know what you specifically like, so it's really hard to say, yes, you should go on Anthem. I mean, what do you like? What do you look for in a cruise? It's very family friendly. It's very big. It's got a lot of facilities. I really like the entertainment. I thought the food was good. It's expensive, and the drinks packages are very expensive, or paying as you go is very expensive. That's my only sort of qualm with Royal at the moment. But we did enjoy our time on Anthem, and I love the cabins on Anthem. The balcony cabin, one of my favorite balcony cabins, actually. Linda's still creating pictures. That's beautiful, my darling. Beth, Yana, Morella are charging the same for an inside cabin next Jan as we paid for executive suite this Jan. Wow. So when I said I've noticed a hike in prices on Morella, Yana is giving you a very clear example there. It's funny because when I'm on the Morella Facebook groups, everyone's like, oh, it's brilliant value, it's great value. And I'm thinking it's less good value than it was though, folks. Sorry, that's a lot of money then, Yana. Bev says, have you ever considered Canada and New England? Yes, I have considered that, young Bev. I am thinking about it. Yes, is the answer. Was that a bit over the top? It just made me excited to think that, yes, I am thinking about one of those. Gosh, I'm winking at people now. It's awful. Oh, come on, 300, please. I love you, 300. Is it 3,000? Gosh, all this pop culture references, eh? Cheryl, covers available on Amazon or Temu. Is it Temu or Temu? Yes, you're absolutely right, Cheryl. I think Matthew got mine on Amazon. He loves his Amazon. David is checking that Linda is okay. Yes, she's being very creative, is our Linda. Harold, Morella cruise, 18 nights, end of April, Barbados, St. Lucia, Tenerife, Spain, Crete. Ends in Turkey, inside cabin, 1,800 each. I mean, I think that's good value, personally, for 18 nights. I always think if you can get a cruise for £100 a night or less, you're doing pretty well these days. Linda, my husband thinks I watch too many of your blogs. That's not possible, Linda. You tell your husband that's not possible. What a bloody cheek. As I'm beginning to talk like you, oh yeah, that might be a bit dodge. I said, thank you, Jesus. I'm very sorry. I need to say waterproof camera. Oh no, I've scrolled too far. I was doing so well. Oh my goodness me. Oh no, I'm so sorry, folks. I'm going to be skipping over some of yours. I'm really sorry. Tina saying no, never booked through Igloo. Well, I don't. I did, and then I cancelled the whole thing because it was not going very well. The customer service was quite questionable. Right, I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling. Can you see? I'm filling in time. I'm trying to do a good clean transition, but I'm not. I've got lol Linda. Thanks, Jamie's. I'm back with Linda. And Anita says waterproof camera cases are Brill, £15 on Amazon. That sounds about right. Oh gosh, is it Kerry? Not Cherry, Kerry. Have you sailed with Celestial? No. I'm interested in sailing with Celestial, and I know they've got a new ship in the fleet as well. I think Matthew's quite interested as well, and they have great itineraries, and some of them are much shorter as well. Adam says, thanks, Jamie. Cocktails, Lisa. Cadiz has some good tapas around the fish market. Oh, Lisa, did you have to use the F word? Fish market. Dan, Skylift versus Troll Cars, if you could only pick one. Are you talking about the Lowen Skylift? I mean, Skylift all the way. It's the most incredible experience. That's a no-brainer. Jackie, Want to book our first cruise to fjords. Has not been on a cruise before and don't know which cruise line is best choice. I'm unsure of the huge ships such as Iona, etc. I mean, Iona was like built for that kind of cruise, lead and ore, the natural light in. Where our fjords cruises. Well, I don't know. We've been to the fjords on Iona. We've been to the fjords on Arcadia as well. Arcadia was great in that it's a smaller ship and it's got lots of deck space. Pinot Arcadia, that is. But I don't know. I think there's something special about going to the fjords on Iona as well. I think all that glass along the side of the ship and just watching all the fjords as you're sailing by and all the spectacular light and having the prom deck with the sort of jutty out walkway, it just with all the glass next to you, everything reflects so beautifully. I just felt it worked for us. I think we would both agree it worked better for us on Iona than Arcadia, but I've only been to the fjords on those two ships, so maybe other people would like to comment. I wouldn't mind trying one of the Fred Olsen ships as well in the fjords, something a bit smaller. That might be quite fun. Sorry, I don't have a problem with the large ships though, Jackie. They don't ever feel very large to me when I'm on board. You kind of forget that you're on a ship sometimes. Matthew, going back on Avia beginning of December, can't wait. The transfer are not great being in a wheelchair. No, I can imagine that would be frustrating, actually. Let us know how it goes. Postcard and a pint. Oh, I've got a cameo row in the video. I think I'm in part 2, aren't I? You've seen some great deals on Ambassador. What are your thoughts of them? Well, you obviously didn't watch my vlogs from December on Ambassador. I didn't enjoy the experience as much as I had hoped. It was definitely one of my poorer cruises out of all the cruises I've done over the years. So have a look at the vlog. You might disagree with my points that I'm raising. That's absolutely fine. I won't be booking with them again for some time. And also, I don't think I'm an unsociable person, by the way, but I don't like being forced to sit with people at breakfast and lunch and dinner. I just don't. And that's what actually happened to me as a solo passenger. And I didn't always want to do that. Sorry. Please can we have 8 more thumbs up? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would be awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Daisy says Pinot are good value. I think they are at the moment very good value. They're very competitive at the moment. Walter, could you recommend a nice Italian restaurant in La Spezia? I couldn't actually because I've never eaten in La Spezia. From La Spezia, we have traveled to Lucca and Cinque Terre. So I'm sorry, I can't. And I have to be honest with you, I wouldn't remember all the names of these restaurants from all over the world. And I'm really sorry about that. I know they're on the vlog somewhere, but La Spezia, I'm really sorry. Maybe someone else could help with that one. Harold, do you need flights booked separately on the £400 MSC? Well, Harold, it's leaving from Southampton. So no, I wouldn't need to book any flights for that. Sharon, do you book direct or use an agent? I always book direct. I've used an agent once and I found it very, very frustrating. But that's because I'm a control freak. I don't like a middle person. Lisa Batty will understand. I like planning. I like doing it all myself. I like when I have to make a payment, I do it. I don't have to send an email to be invoiced to then make a payment. All that sort of stuff, I just find a bit irritating. So I'm really sorry. Travel agents are awesome and they're so knowledgeable. If there are any travel agents out there who think they can actually meet my OCD needs, I am all ears. I absolutely am. And I would absolutely give you a go. That sounds dodgy. Jesus. So now I won't have an influx of TAs. They'll be like, oh, I don't think so. Out of love, in with anger. Michael T. Oh, I've got the word favorite. Where's your favorite port when the weather has been a tad damp? Well, I don't have favorite ports. I mean, I love so many of the ports I go to. I mean love. I find them hard to distinguish between. I don't favorite port when it's wet. I'd rather not have any dampness on my travels. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry. I'm struggling to answer that question. Maybe Northern Europe, because it's so very often at least overcast, and those cities, there are lots of things you do inside, like Rotterdam, for example. I just walk around Market Hall constantly. I've had some terrible weather in Rotterdam and beautiful weather, and it's always been great there. So I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to sort of avoid the question, but maybe somebody else has a favorite damp port. Anybody? Bonnie Bush. I love that name, Bonnie. Damn, that is hot name. Have you booked a vacation for October 2024? Yes. I'm trying to remember where. October 2024. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Bonnie. Oh, yes. That's the one Matthew and I are doing on MSC Preziosa. I'm so sorry. That's the one we're doing. Yes, we finally got October in the bag, in the bush. Although at the beginning of October, I'll still be on the In Search of the Northern Lights cruise on Princess. And coming back, I think, for the 6th or 7th of October, and then off again on the 11th. That's crazy, isn't it? Have I ever been, Nikki asked, to the Eden Project in Cornwall? Yes, I have. I used to live in Devon. I grew up in Devon, so I spent a lot of time in Cornwall. And yes, been to the Eden Project. Very, very lovely place to go to. Happy Valley Scarves. Will you be doing another Ventura cruise? No. Maybe one day. It's not an infinitive sort of no. It's a no. It's not on the schedule at the moment. Certainly not this year, and maybe next year at some point. Actually, I'll give Ventura another go. I used to love Ventura. It was just my last cruise on her wasn't the best with wait times. Daz, I can't believe I forgot about this week. Oh right, okay. You're on Nemesis Reborn. That's much more important. I love a bit of Nemesis on Towers. It's Cynthia Stewart. Hola, ¿cómo estás, cariña chiquitita? Is it possible to get the world famous squash at P&O bars and restaurants? Is there such a thing as diet squash? Oh, I don't know. I think you can get squash on P&O. Anybody? I've never actually asked for it. Anybody know? Most squashes over in the UK, like this one, for example, actually are sugar-free or very low sugar. So that's a good thing. Can somebody help out Cynthia, please? I've never ordered a squash on P&O, so I don't know. Dan has, I see. Dan is re-asking the Skylift versus Troll car question to make sure that I pick up on the question. I've seen it 3 times, Dan. I'm still going with the same answer. I got you. Jay, what's the Premier Inn like at Southampton West Quay? Not my favorite, I've got to be honest with you. I think it's had a slight refurb since I was last there, but the last time I was there, I found it just a little bit, people say tired, don't they, about ships. That's how I find the Premier Inn. And also there are so many other lovely hotels that actually you can pay pretty similar price to, that it just wouldn't be my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth choice, I'm afraid. There's nothing wrong with a Premier Inn. I stay in them, but in Southampton, with so much of a choice, it is not for me. Sorry. Sharon says a GoPro is great for skiing. Yeah, my phone will do. I've taken my phone everywhere with me, everywhere. Dimples travel diary, 2 weeks at 800 per person is great value. It is, isn't it? It's amazing value. Absolutely. I can't say your name. You've noticed Morella cruises have shot up in price this year. Yeah, they really have. Daisy, would you do Alaska? Yes, I had an Alaska cruise booked, but NCL changed the itinerary to the extent that it was unrecognizable from what we booked, and we weren't prepared to fly that far to Vancouver to join the ship, knowing that it wasn't what we originally booked, so we cancelled that one. It's on my list, but it's a bit lower down my list at the moment. Okay, Lorraine says she can't believe they didn't include USB sockets in Voyager refurb. I know it's not actually that difficult to fit USB sockets either these days. It really isn't. Matthew's done them in our flat. I came back one day and he said, look at everything, look at all the sockets. I'm like, oh my God, you've changed them all. So that's awesome, wasn't it? Devon Deck Chair. Oh, what's the time? Oh, we're okay for 10 minutes. We're okay for 10 minutes, aren't we? Thank you for the 300 thumbs up. I appreciate that. Mucho. Any more? I would appreciate it even more. Mucho. That's not good Spanish, by the way. Don't ever do that. Devon Deck Chair. Just paid £2,000 for the Canary Islands cruise next April with a balcony. I think that's great value for a single person with P&O 14 nights from Smelly, Southampton. I don't think that's bad for a solo, for a balcony as well. Not bad. And I hope you have an amazing time. Okay, Wolfrunian Wanderer. Is that how you say it? We've got front-facing balcony on Iona on a fjords cruise next month. Nice. Took a long time deciding if that was the right choice, but hopefully it will be. I think it depends on what deck you're on. If you're slightly higher up at the front of Iona, you're going to have the most awesome views. If you're down on like deck 8 or 9, you might not, because you've got the bow of the ship. So I'm not trying to sort of worry you or anything, but I'd be interested to know what deck you've got. Higher up, you're going to have spectacular views from there. You really are. Morella Discoveries had the fridges taken out. We've got a bottle of water every day and no fridge to put it in. Oh, okay. Not sure why they've done that. Samantha just done 7-night first cruise and would have loved 10. Yeah, 7 is never enough, my darling. You also asked politely if someone is happy to be filmed. I enjoy speaking to you. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, I wouldn't just like, if you came and said hello to me on a ship, just like, oh, I'm putting you on film. I would never do that. I would ask you. And this is how I ask people, by the way, because I always feel a bit awkward about it. I normally go, oh, I don't suppose you consider about being on my vlog with you. It would be really good if you could do that. And then I do this. I look awkward. And then probably 50% of the time people will say, oh, no, I'd rather not. And I'm like, of course not. And then when they say yes, very often, well, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Well, don't you worry. Just follow. Take my lead. Take my lead. Jude's Hangout. Oh, does that sound like the sort of place we want to go? Looking to book a Caribbean cruise next March. First-time cruiser with Pinot. Do you think Caribbean is a safe place to travel? Well, they wouldn't go anywhere that's not safe. I think at the moment, Haiti, is it Haiti? There's quite a lot of civil unrest there, and cruise ships have stopped calling there. But I mean, every time I've been to the Caribbean, I've never, ever had a problem. You hear so much with regard to danger. Oh, really? Where? Where? I never experienced that, and I don't hear about it either. I suppose it depends what groups you're on, I guess. Tim, Cape Town to Tenerife, probably. Okay, we're having individual conversations, which I like very much. Helen, hi Jamie, which cruise line have you used the most? P&O, and that's mainly for convenience. Living near Southampton, and P&O have the monopoly in Southampton, and actually some of the best value cruises. So whenever I try and be balanced with them, and the only thing I don't like on any cruise line really is having to wait an extortionate amount of time for a drink or to be served. That does bug me, and that's more down to just not having enough crew or staff. So that's the only thing that bugs me sometimes on cruise lines, but P&O I've been on more than any. Okay. Amanda said she did 33 sea days back to, from Fremantle and Arcadia. That sounds awesome. But 33 sea days, but they weren't consecutive. I would have thought there were lots of stops en route as well, ports en route. Another question from Imac to Pai. Do you have a bucket list cruise ship that you've not been on? No, I don't actually. I know maybe you think that's a bit weird. I would like to go back on Viking. It was a number of years ago I went on Viking, and I did love that. And I would like to go on Azamara. People often talk about Seabourn, and I don't know why. It doesn't actually appeal to me that much for some reason. People swear by it. I just think it's a huge amount of money sometimes, and would it be worth it? Maybe it would. What do you all think? So I don't actually have a bucket list cruise ship. So that sounds sad, really, doesn't it? Dory, I'd like to go on a massive cruise ship like Icon of the Seas. And I know that might be very controversial. Just to see what a ship of that size is like and how it operates and how much there is to do and the flow of people, more like for research purposes. And with any luck, I'd really enjoy it as well. Someone said Silver Seas. Again, for me, I know people swear by them and they're a luxury brand. Maybe one day. Village Farm Marquise. Oh, my cuties. Hello. I love you two so much. Couple goals. Sorry, everybody. You've just booked a transatlantic on Queen Mary 2. Any must-sees for New York? Well, you must watch my vlogs on New York. For me, New York is a tale of several stories. One is you need to go up as many skyscrapers as you possibly can, including the Edge and Rockefeller and Empire State Building, because they all offer something unique and different. An evening river cruise as the sun is setting. Oh, it is just beautiful. I absolutely would recommend that. On one of my vlogs as well, you gorgeous two. You might have noticed we went to one of the best rated pizzerias, and it's quite near to Central Park. Have a look at that one. It's very unassuming, and my goodness me, it was the best pizza, we both agreed, we've ever had anywhere. The other best pizza we've had on this planet was Civita Vecchia, actually, folks. Civita Vecchia at the Ghetto, the Pizzeria del Ghetto, or something like that. Just superb. But also, when are you going on Queen Mary 2? Please tell me it's when I'm going in June. Please tell me. I'm going in June, so I'm going to put together like a fuller vlog on what to do in New York then, okay? Let's see if we've got any more questions. We've got people saying, I've got about 5 minutes. I think I'm doing all right. How about the Norfolk Broads and hiring your own boat for a week? Ooh, doesn't appeal to me, actually, Anita. Tell me what I'm going to do in the Norfolk Broads for a week that will be of interest to me. You know me quite well and what I do when I travel. Tell me what I'd be doing for a week. If you say, oh, you're just going to sit and relax and not do anything, I get bored. I'm really sorry. Sell it to me, my darling. Never say never, you know. Some nice cruises sailing from New York City, yeah, and especially to Canada as well. I've noticed. I've noticed that, by the way. Wolfrunian Wanderer has decided on a rocky train ride and Alaskan cruise for it. Yeah, that sounds great for your 50th. That's what I was talking about earlier, like trying to do something a bit different, special. Some people have got Bermuda Triangle on their bucket list. I never really thought about that, and there you go. See, I've learned something new tonight. Johnny Blaze, have you cruised on Holland America? No, I haven't. It is pricey, and especially if I were to go solo, it's very pricey. It looks like the kind of cruise line I'd really enjoy, having said that. So they are definitely on my list. I'll keep a lookout, but at the moment, their solo prices are pretty high, which is a real shame. Anybody from Holland America around able to give us some better deals on solo cruises, please? That would be awesome. Have I done any train journeys? Asked Nikki. Nope. I would consider a train journey, actually, as would Matthew, as long as we had comfortable seats and so on, and I can get up and walk around. With my chronic pain, like if you've probably noticed, if I'm flying, I like extra leg room or premium if I can. And I did do business recently, didn't I, on Qatar? Wherever I am on a plane, I've got to be able to walk around as much as possible or stretch my legs. Otherwise, my chronic pain is pretty unmanageable. So same goes for a train. As long as it's comfy, I'd be all right. Keris, what face cream do you use? I cannot believe you are 50 on your next, but what? Not my next birthday, my darling. I'm 58. I said I'll be, sorry, I'm 48. I'm 50 next year, not this year. I use like L'Oreal for men kind of stuff Moisturizing is very important when you get to my age, before you get to my age. And obviously my diet of water, air, and mung beans really does help as well. Postcard and a pint, Santorini by cruise, very busy. Wonderful taster. We're going back out of season to spend a few days. Yes, go out of season. This is what I thought earlier. I think so busy doing Santorini by cruise. And I can only recommend having at least 2 or 3 days on the island if you can do that at some point. Do you ever, Bronnie asked, do you ever feel awkward dining on your own? I would feel scared. Why would I feel awkward dining on my own, by the way? I'm not saying that to be rude. I want to understand why you think I would feel awkward or you'd be scared. I'm not sure what there's to be scared about. I mean, I've very often sat adjacent to couples who've not said a single word to each other for the entire meal. And that, to me, is a bit scarier. I'm very happy sat on my own eating. I mean, obviously, if I'm sat on my own eating, I'm also vlogging the experience. And also, I don't care what anyone thinks about me, like, ever. I just don't care. If someone, I don't know. You'll have to explain to me what there is to be scared about, please. That would help me a lot. So, no, I'm not scared, and I never feel awkward dining on my own, ever. Maybe other people feel awkward if they see me dining on my own, and that's their problem. I've got a problem with it. Sorry, help me out with that one. In fact, I am going to be doing a vlog on the stigma of solo cruising because I've had a lot of very odd comments over the last number of months with, I think I've said this before, people zooming in on my bathroom amenities, saying how sad my toothbrush looks on its own, which I think is a sad comment right in its own right, and very odd for me to read something like that. You know, and people who assume you're lonely if you travel solo, which is a very odd concept to me, because being alone does not mean being lonely. So I'm actually going to do a vlog on this soon, just to dispel some myths and stereotypes and so on. Okay. Harold, why do you not seem to like rough seas? I love rough seas because I like the motion of the ocean, Harold. Because I'm at sea on a ship and they're built for rough seas, and I was built for rough seas. I don't feel seasick, that's the thing. So I wouldn't say I don't want rough seas constantly, but yeah, just every now and then a little bit. I love it. Me and Matthew were sat up in the Planet Bar on P&O, which is at the very aft of the ship, and it sort of overhangs the ship, so you're kind of like above the sea, and you get a great view of the length of the whole ship. Oh, it was just stunning. It was beautiful. I think it's more probably because it's like a thing of nature, isn't it? And it's a sight to behold. I think it's fascinating looking at waves and so on. So yeah, bring on the rough seas. Not for the whole cruise. Interesting. We have Harold. I thought you were about 38 to 41. Nope, I've always been pretty honest about my age. Donna, how are you 50 next year? Sun comes up, sun goes down. Dimple's Travel Diary is giving some advice about Santorini and Ia. Thank you very much for that. It's much appreciated. When is your Fred Olsen this year? I haven't got one yet, Sharon, but blimmin' heck, I do hope it's in July, my darling. You never know, though, do you? Paul, don't you worry about being late. Yeah, you catch up when you're ready. Tony says there are some cracking early deals for 2026. Just booked Queen Anne. Cunard have got some very good deals at the moment. I will say that about Cunard. Oh, keep the thumbs up coming, please. We're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes, by the way. But yeah, Cunard, if you haven't looked, have got some very interesting and good deals at the moment. I'm saying hi to Claire, Dave Finch's wife, Claire. We go way back, me and Claire. I've known her longer than you, Dave. Hi, you're the best. That's coming from me, not Dave, by the way. Debbie, you're doing the Piton next week. Oh, you booked after watching the vlog. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have great weather for that as well. Make sure you take some anti-insect repellent type spray, because that area, there's quite a few on the beach. So take some with you, okay? Please. Oh gosh, I just scrolled again. I was doing so well. I'm going to run out of time. Okay. Right, I've run out of time. And I'm really sorry, because I can see there's quite a lot of other questions here as well. So you're going to have to shelve them for the next time, okay? Apologies. The last one I see, how is Matthew? He's fine, thank you. He's very well. Looking forward to our cruise in a couple of weeks' time. So, wow, it's going to be an hour and 20 minutes. I can't believe I've been yapping all that time without a breath. Listen, thank you as always for your ongoing support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I am heading for 25,000 and should be there within the next week. It'll be awesome if we get there by next week's Monday live. And I will see you next Monday. My family are coming up this weekend, so it's going to be a busy one. If you're following me on FaceAche, then you'll probably see all the updates from that. But otherwise, I will see you next Monday. That'll be the last live before Matthew and I are off on our travels as well. So thank you, you gorgeous lot. I'm so sorry I didn't get to answer your questions, but I think I did a bloody good job of it myself. I really do. For now, take care. Enjoy the Bali vlog on Wednesday. I love it. Gosh, I love that place so much. And lots of love to you all. Here's a kiss for all the women. Here's a kiss for all the men. Here's a kiss for all your pets. Here's a kiss for anybody else. And Godspeed. As my students say, I say a lot. Godspeed. Bye.